All right, everyone. So I just got home from work. I'm going to go ahead and tackle this intake right now since I don't have to pick up my kids today, so I get a little time by myself. And well, I'm try to knock this thing out. Since I just got home, it's a little hot under the hood, but I got it open right now, so it should cool off pretty quickly on the top here anyway. What I might do is go over there, clean out my Ghetto Fabulous pool up there. It's actually not a bad pool. It's a Costco pool. It's like a 9 by 18 foot, 48 inches deep, and I built the deck up there. So anyway, it keeps us cool when it's freaking hotter than crap out here. So I'm gonna start taking everything off, and before I start sticking my hand in down into anywhere where it's gonna be super hot, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and let it cool off a little bit. But like I was telling, I think I said in my last video, you can see this is 10,000 miles worth of nasty road grime. I don't really do a lot of. Sorry guys, I'm jostling you around here. I've been to the desert several, maybe a few times, and this is mostly just from the road. So I'm assuming I can expect the same type of grime to get on my dry filter from S&B, but yeah, this is 10,000 miles. I think they suggest you change it out at 15. When I talked to S&B, you can see the bottom here. It's pretty nasty. So I talked to S&B and they said basically what you want to do is check at every oil change, 5,000 miles. In this case, it'd be 7,500 for me, unless I'm towing a lot. And I do, because the only reason why I'm asking them is because the new intake doesn't come with this flow meter right here to kind of tell you when to change it. So I'm just going to clean it out, and the filters are $65, replacement filters from S&B, so that's actually like the same price as buying an OEM filter. So I'm actually pretty stoked about that, but I might get a wrap since desert season will be coming up in a few months, and I gotta go buy a brand new Razor because, well, we gotta have a family desert vehicle, so we'll be going out there a lot more in the beast back there. So anyway, let me let this cool off, and I'll start taking some stuff up, stuff off. I'm sorry, I need to go get my ladder because I'm 6'1", and this is roughly around, right chest, almost up to my neck or something like that. So I'm definitely gonna have to get a ladder to get some of this stuff in here. So anyway, once I'm done with that, I'll shoot another vid. I'll just tie it into this one. Alright guys, so I'm like kind of halfway in the middle of installing this S&B intake. You can see I got the battery tray in. I've already flipped my negative I guess tightening mechanism, whatever you want to call it, so, and moved my ground. So my ground is over here, just like they say in the instructions, and I reused the bolts or the screws that came with the stock battery tray, and used the provided hardware over here that they gave me. And then I have my bracket. These are still loose. Well, this one's not that loose, but I tightened this one down all the way because I have this all the way cinched down, so this box is where it should be. It's nice and solid. If you're doing this, or when you are doing this, because if you're watching this video, you're probably going to do it, this might be slightly in the way. This was the stock. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it's the stock kind of mount, or a little, yeah, like a mount for the stock air box, or I'm sorry, the stock air box. So that's a little in the way, and I still haven't done my positive yet. I will get to that next. My extension cables, and like I said in my last video, I'll probably wrap a little bit of rubber around the actual bolt so it doesn't cut through the shrink wrap. But one thing I noticed in the video online and everything, it didn't really show this, and I'm not sure what this is. It's a harness, goes for something. I actually had to use a panel popper and pop the actual plug. I don't know if you guys can see down there, but that's the actual plug down in there. And it was in the way from this battery tray getting all the way down. So I had to pop that out. It's resting now on the fender protector, whatever you want to call this thing. So I just zip tied it right here. You can see I used one of their provided zip ties in the kit, only because I didn't like this bend right there. And if that thing's flopping around too much, I didn't want the wires breaking. So to kind of prevent that, I did that. Now this is still gonna kind of flop around, so what I might do is see if I can get a zip tie all the way up underneath this bracket, which is actually pretty long. So I'll just use one of my own zip ties for that and hold it down right there so this thing's not bouncing around, because you could see how to pop them out of the original battery tray. So I'm going to continue doing this, and you can see I got a lot later out here, but I've just been kind of goofing off and taking my time. And yeah, so this is where I'm at. But if you guys know what this wire harness is for, and if there's probably a better way to do it, I'll take my stuff apart and reroute it. But you can't really go underneath. I mean, you can, and you can put this bracket on top of that wire, but I didn't want it flopping around down in there and maybe causing an issue down there. So I wanted it up and out of the way where it originally was in the truck. So I think once I get the airbox down in here, this thing shouldn't be moving around too much, because the airbox will sit right next to this. I've already kind of did a test fit, and it does leave enough gap right here for this wire harness. So this might be a little in the way, but I can kind of pull that a little bit out of the way. But the main thing is I didn't want it flopping around and causing the wires to just break. So anyway, hopefully the next video, or I'm sorry, the next clip that I include in this will be a completed product. Alright guys, so here's my completed project now. Wiring is not like I wanted it to be, but hey, it works. Everything's out of the way, nothing's touching anywhere, except right here. The positive, I'd like it to be a little further away from that junk down there, but whatever. And I wish this negative would go on better, but that's whatever, it'll work like that. And you can kind of hear it going boom, 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 boom. So it's kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, let's see, I guess I'll set you up right. Oh, set you right in front of the, here we go. I'll set you right here, and then you can hear the intake. Hopefully you don't fall down. So I don't know what that sounded like in the cab. It sounds really cool. So at first it kind of freaked me out when I put my truck in accessory mode. It was doing all these noises and stuff in here and getting all crazy. And then my check engine light was on and my battery light, but then I thought, oh, I'm in accessory mode, not on. So it started, it's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip my ends of my zip ties off here. I got another one here for my mass airflow sensor wire harness extension. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip those off and take this thing for a drive, and well, let's see what it's all about. I did have some of the protective stuff that's on this plexiglass. There's like some imperfections, you could see those right there, and I tried to wipe them off, then I started really kind of messing it up, so I just said forget it. But otherwise it's pretty cool. So anyway, maybe I'll get a in-cab ride video. I don't think much has changed. Alright, so I just did a quick little speed run on one of the main roads over here, and I mean, the truck is already pretty fast as it is, you know, stock. And putting this intake on is not going to be like plugging in a program or nothing like that. So I don't know if the seat of the pants field made it faster. It does growl a little bit more, so I'm gonna hit an incline here in a second, and I'll keep quiet, and I'll kind of let you guys listen to the engine. You could definitely hear the engine more. I don't have the AC on or nothing like that right now, so I'm kind of sweating balls, but just wanted to roll up the windows and kind of give you guys an idea of how it sounds with the windows up and, you know, everything like that. So I do notice a little more whistle, I guess, if you're next to a wall. If you're revving it up, you definitely notice the whistle there a lot more than it was before. But the biggest thing I do have to say about this, and just like all the other reviews, is the throttle response. The throttle response is definitely a lot better. I mean, I'm not gonna say night and day, but almost. I mean, it is really close. So I'm gonna go incline and let you listen. So you guys can kind of hear that. It's louder than it was before. Even just me cruising like this, I can hear the engine a lot more. Before, I could have just heard the diesel noise, that kind of higher pitch noise. But now I hear more of a deeper growl when I'm actually on throttle. So I do have to say I am happy with it. I mean, I just took it around my block, so I'm gonna take it for a drive tomorrow. Tomorrow's family day, and then take the kids to the arcade and stuff like that. They've been kind of stir crazy, just kind of hanging out in our pool and stuff, not really doing much else. But they want to go out. They want to go do an arcade. They want to do something fun. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. But here, I'm gonna go up my street here, and I'll show you. I'll keep quiet again and let you listen. I'll go from a slow roll. So, yeah, I mean, the torque is definitely there. It's always been there. But like I was saying, the throttle response does seem a lot better. So, anyway, I'm going to go pull in my front driveway now instead of my rear driveway, side driveway, I should say. And I'm going to go take a dip in my pool, and I'm going to go edit the video after that. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll do another video maybe with my GoPro set up in here, so I'm not bouncing all around, and get a little bit better idea of what's going on, because I think the GoPro actually has a pretty good microphone on it. So, all right, and everything's good. No check engine lights, no nothing like that. I was getting better fuel mileage before, but I've been kind of doing some speed runs lately just to see what this thing's made of. So, yeah. That's my mileage right there. Hopefully my fuel mileage goes up. So let's see if we can get a clip, or see if you can hear from here. You can kind of hear the whistle a little bit more. A little bit. Anyway, bye.